national development agenda. The forest reserves are set up also to perform very critical and provide essential services for the nation. Water services, climate amelioration services, and general pollination services and well-being for all Ghanaians. If you want to quantify the service of water provisioning to Ghanaians, I don't think all the gold we are harvesting will even come close to that. Just look at recently what happened to 10 districts within the Apepem, Kwenyaku supply line. And if all of that, and this is a clear example of the essence of water to people, and that water, which is the Kwenyaku area, was coming from that one forest reserve, the Yensu River, the same way the Yensu River feeds people in Accra. So, yes, gold has its relevance in our socio-economic development, but we have also set up forest reserves for a purpose, and that needs to be respected. If you are looking at the holistic sustainable development of the country. Forests must be managed as forests, not to ensure that we can get maximum benefits and services from it, not only for the present but also for future generations. So it's not just about gold and gold. There are reasons why other land uses should also be given the space to operate and serve Ghanaians.
All right, I've looked at the statement that you issued, and I must say that there are 17 signatories on this statement. I'll be mentioning them in terms of acknowledging to celebrate them. But there's a part where you have recommendations, and you say that you are encouraging the president to go ahead and review Act 703 and explicitly prohibit mining in forest reserves. So currently it's what, 2%? Or the percentage 2%. Is minimum, and you are saying
only 2%.
2%. Yeah. So it means that, for instance, the Shy Hills Game Reserve that I know of, or maybe the Morley National Park, if we were to discover gold there, we cannot mine beyond 2%. Is that what practically it means? Or Achimota Forest, for instance, is that what it practically means?
No, that's not what it means.
Okay, so, because now you are saying that you want a total ban. So if you can explain to me what is the state of affairs now, and what you want done?
Yes, so places like Shy Hills, Kaku National Park, and Mulu National Park are not part of our estates when we are talking about forest reserves. Forest reserves, they are particularly about 288 of them. Now, the 2%, as indicated by the guideline, it's about the forest reserve categorized as production forest reserves. So of the 288 forest reserves, some of them are categorized as production. And you can only allow 2% of the entire area of all the production forest reserves together to be mined. And then there are others who categorized as protected. They are completely prohibited from any extractive work or extractive enterprises. So what we are saying now is that it shouldn't be just about leaving it as it is for the 2% to be mined. We want the law to completely recognize that if an area is enacted and protected under the law as a forest reserve, then we should work with it and exclude every other extractive enterprises in those areas. That is why we want the law to be reviewed as 703 to be specific, to be reviewed so that can be achieved. This was also a promise by His Excellency the President, and that's why we are calling on him not to forget and make sure that he fulfills that promise.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
It's my pleasure, Sandra. Thank you.
And congratulations. That's Darrell Bosso. He's Deputy Director of Arocha Ghana, part of a group of organizations and NGOs that has been campaigning for the revocation of the LI 2462. On the letterhead that the group commended the government and made some further requests. All the signatories, 17 of them are there. I'm going to just list them by way of acknowledgement. We have the Coalition Against Galamsey Ghana, we have Arocha Ghana, we have CASA Initiative Ghana, Eco-Conscious Citizens, Brace, then we have Nature and Development Foundation, there's Wakam, we have Oxfam, Christian Council of Ghana, Taylor Crab, Client Earth, Civic Response, Ghana Institute of Foresters, Ghana Environmental Advocacy Group, General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union of TUC, Peasant Farmers Association, and SDG Civil Society Platform Ghana. So these are the organizations that came together to issue this statement, and it's titled Commendations to Government for Revoking LI 2462, Time to Restore and Enhance Forest Management and Services to Ghanaians. So that is one of the so that's a conversation we've just had with Arucha Ghana Daraboso, who's been one of the foremost leaders on this particular issue. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Accra. I am Omar Rusandamadu here with Eno Safo. We take a breather. When we return, we are going to hear from the Attorney General and Minister for Justice. He called a press conference today to make some announcements about former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. Please stay.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Who is calling me this other one?
Hello. Good evening, Kwame.
Good evening.
We are into baby foods and would like to introduce...
Wait a minute. How did you get my number? You just use ways and means to find people's numbers and be calling them by heart. No respect for privacy or anything at all.
Oh, Bra Kwame.
Is your business privacy ready? Do you collect and use information of people in your line of work, like their name, number, location? You might be doing the wrong things. Whether you're a big company or a small one, you must respect people's right to privacy. Register and be certified by the Data Protection Commission of Ghana. It is the law. You will receive the necessary training, advice, and guided on the right systems to put in place to help protect information you collect about people. Register your company. It's simple and online. Visit www.dataprotection.org.gh to register. Privacy is the responsibility of everyone. Remember, privacy is personal.
Make a choice. Go for it. You need support to achieve. A new verse awaits you. The Republic Verse, where you're treated as uniquely as you are. Succeed, thrive, outshine yourself. This is our verse, the Republic Verse. Join the Republic Verse and big up. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Hi, I am Hannah Efriye, the Health and Safety Manager for Total Energies Ghana. At Total Energies, your safety is our priority. This festive season, we encourage all drivers to make responsible choices on the road. Avoid overspeeding, rest when you feel tired, never drink and drive. Check your tires, oil levels, and lights before every long journey. And remember, seat belts save lives. Passengers, please speak up when the driver is being reckless. Let's protect ourselves, our families, and every other road user. Let's choose responsibility. Let's choose life. See you in 2026.
Hello, this be Kwakesi. Who this?
Frida this, I'll make we step out small. Bonya Muda said the carnival for town to start now.
Yeah, Mr. Desi, see my fiber, they fire off. Download, liquor, do streaming, they go on. Gaming, suit, no buffering. It's a Bonya way, they more fiber.
Oh, wow, so you really no go come and pa.
Frida, you pa. Charlie for what? MTN unlimited fiber. Internet day here, make a promote.
This program puts your home on MTN Unlimited Fiber Internet and make the fun day right where you are. Fast speed, pure fiber, truly unlimited. Visit my MTN app to check fiber availability or to subscribe.
MTN.
Palm Secondary School Old Students Association (SOSA) proudly presents its Grand Gala and Fundraising Night, an extraordinary evening uniting generations of acts of influence across Ghana and beyond. Our special guest of honor, Dr. Ishmael Evans Yamson, distinguished corporate titan, visionary, and proud alumnus of the class of 1961. His Lordship Justice Kwesi Enim-Yeboah, the Honorable Richard Jan Mensah, several Superior Court judges, and many more distinguished sons and daughters of Palm Secondary School. SOSA is calling on corporate institutions, individuals, and all ASOSA members worldwide to stand together. As together, we raise funds to establish the ASOSA Endowment Fund, a permanent foundation to sustain the dreams and developmental needs of our beloved APAM Senior High School. Dial *713*33*12# or follow the ticket link on all our social media platforms to purchase online. Saturday, December 27, 2025. Venue, the AVI, Airport Residential Area, Accra. Time 6:30 p.m.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Yo, welcome back. This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Go to citinewsroom.com and there's a story there that would raise your eyebrows. It's titled 1.3 million young Ghanaians idle as youth unemployment deepens. This according to the Ghana Statistical Service, story by Emmanuel Opong of the Citi Business Desk. And it says more than 1.3 million young Ghanaians were out of work, school or training in the third quarter of 2025, underscoring persistent labor market pressures and widening skill gaps according to new data from the Ghana Statistical Service. The figures show that 1.3 million people aged 15 to 24, representing 21.5% of the age cohort, were classified as not in education, unemployment, or training, highlighting growing concerns about youth disengagement from productive economic activity. The data also reveals sharp regional disparities, and all of that are being talked about in this particular report. Let me go on the phone line and speak to Honorable George Opariado. He is Minister for Youth Development and Employment in the Mahama administration. Minister, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Omar. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. You were youth president of the NDC when you were in opposition. Now that you're in power, the president created an entire ministry and gave it to you and said your job is to ensure youth development and empowerment. 1.3 million young Ghanaians unemployed is a big issue, isn't it?
Omar, it's scary and it's a big national security threat, and so all of us as Ghanaians must be worried with the rising trend in youth unemployment. And so yes, it's very worrying, but I want to assure listeners and viewers that this government is doing everything possible to reduce those numbers drastically. Ever since we assumed office on the 7th of January 2025, we've been working to help reduce those numbers. A few of the interventions we've done may not reflect immediately, but I believe that maybe the first quarter of next year we should see a reduction in the numbers because of some of the interventions we've done. For instance, the Youth Employment Agency, under the watch of Malek Basantali, is trying to create many more opportunities for many more young people through the various programs it's rolled out. Some are still undergoing training, and so I believe once the training phases are over, this will lead to decent and sustainable jobs for some of our young people. Under the National Youth Authority, we're also running the National Apprenticeship Program, and currently 10,000 young people are undergoing training. Under the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, another 10,000 is being trained through entrepreneurship. That number should increase to about 20,000 because of the number of jobs the training programs they are undertaking is likely to create. Government is also going to spend big under the big push, and so a few more opportunities will be created for many more young people in those areas. And so, like I said, I believe strongly that by the first quarter of next year, we should see a slight reduction in the numbers. The Ministry of Interior, the Ministry of Defense are also undertaking recruitment processes, which is going to give many more young people jobs. And so at least we should see a slight reduction in the number. But that notwithstanding, we should still do more, and we should do more investment for youth development. As sector minister, we sought to understand why this trend was worrying. So we contracted Professor Bob Watson and his team to delve deep into the numbers, because usually the statistics is only put out there, but we don't go beyond the statistics to understand what the problem is. And so when I did the state of the youth, when I addressed the nation on the state of the youth, we delve deeper into some of these issues, and so we now know what the problem is. We know where we are lacking in terms of skills. We also see that there is a very big number of young people who have completed senior high school, but have come to add on to the needs part of the need bracket results, not in education, not in training, and not in employment. Because once they leave secondary school and they are not able to transition into tertiary, it becomes a bit more difficult for them to want to learn any skills. And so we need to rearrange them on their mindset to tell them that if you are not able to go into tertiary, there are still other opportunities through TVET education, through skills training, and other opportunities that this government is making available so that you can train to gain some skills that can make you employable. And so we've done all this, and so I am very hopeful that in the coming years or in the coming days, we should see some slight changes in the numbers.
Now, it's good that you make the promise you make, and you have talked about the foundations you are laying, but it appears there's an urgency. Can people really wait? It's like the demand is high and time no day.
Well, we need to create opportunities for young people. Over the years, our education has been structured in a certain way, and a lot of the jobs that a lot of our young people who have gone through the various forms of education are looking for, today those jobs are not readily available. That is why we are rolling out the 1 million coders program to train many more young people in other areas. The National Service Authority is also rolling out an entrepreneurship program to support graduates who leave tertiary education, who leave our tertiary institutions to try and venture into entrepreneurship. We've seen what the problem is. At least we've been able to do a thorough assessment of what the problem is. We understand the problem, and so we are now coming up with solutions that will address the problems. The challenge is, can they really wait? They must find a way of waiting, and they must also take advantage of the opportunities we are creating for them so that will be able to sustain them. If we don't do that, then we will have challenges. We are also working with our various embassies to look at how we can export some of the labor that we have here. Europe is aging. Over the few weeks, myself and then the labor minister have had to travel to some European countries to also look at the markets out there. We also have a committee that is working, that is chaired by Dr. Valerie Sawyer, to look at how we can also export some of our labor out here into some other countries that require or have agent need for some of our labor that we have here. And so I can assure the people of this country, especially the youth of this country, that next year looks very promising. Many more opportunities will be created for them, and then those that we can export out legally through proper channels will also be exported out. We are also going to up our skills training program so that people who have completed tertiary, people who have completed second cycle, but have no skills, and so it makes them a bit more stagnant. We will open up the apprenticeship program, we'll open up the entrepreneurship programs to create many more opportunities for them. We're also looking at the coders program to be able to train many more young people in the various ICT space. But we are also promoting what we call the Attractive campaign to push many more young people into agriculture, because we know strongly that agriculture has the potential of employing many more people and creating more opportunities for them and giving them more decent and sustainable jobs. And so together with AGRA, the Ministry of Labour, we call the Attractive campaign to make young people understand that the whole agri space, the whole ecosystem within agri space has many more jobs. Each dollar, research has proven to us that each dollar you invest in agriculture gives you a $16 return. And so this agri is viable, and agri is another alternative that we believe strongly that many more young people can look into and then find jobs. And we are making that environment a bit more conducive, a bit more friendly, so that many more young people can leverage and then explore agriculture as a means. We've also come up with what we call the Youth Explorer app that was launched on the 3rd of December, which gives young people opportunities around the globe. Because some jobs are online, some jobs are a bit remote, but many more young people don't know. So we've created for that people to be able to access some of this opportunities. For instance, what traditional models do is it looks at your CV and then tells you that there is no space for you. The Youth Explorer app does for you. It's able to match your skills and opportunities anywhere in this world, including Ghana. So you may have a young man who may have finished secondary school, but over the years he has gained some experience working with, let's say, his uncle on a farm and understands the role of an extension officer. What the Youth Explorer app is able to do for you is to link you. So when you fill your profile, ask you for additional skills that you have that you may not have a certificate for. And then it has a way of helping you link your skills and then help you build a good CV for you so that you can leverage on that to look for opportunities elsewhere. We are still working. It's still work in progress. 1 year is too early for any government policies to have full effect. But I want to assure you that in the first quarter of 2026, when the market survey is done on unemployment, I want to assure you that you see a significant decrease in the number because of the interventions we are rolling out.
A young man listening to Pablo in Ekropong, who was part of your Green Army, who supported you and believed that this is a solution to his unemployment, is still unemployed at home. What is your message to him?
My message to him is that government is creating many more opportunities for them. Government has come out with many more programs. We expect them to take advantage of the programs and the various training programs that government is running to up their skills and then take advantage of the Youth Explorer app. Go online, look out for other opportunities. You may not always find the opportunities next door or just close to you. You need to look out for it. And we've created that platform that is going to enable you find those opportunities. We will continue to work with everybody to make sure that we create a conducive environment that can lead to decent and sustainable jobs.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you, Maro.
That's George Opariado, popularly known as Pablo. He's Minister for Youth Development and Employment. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Accra. I am Umaru Sandamadu here with Eno Safo. Let me bring some of the messages you've been sending through. Okroyebua from Breman Benin says, no government in this world can fight corruption alone. Therefore, it is incumbent upon us as citizens to support the government in the fight against corruption. Haruna in Ashaiman says, if NPP is not a corrupt party, when they should help in bringing Kenoforiata back to Ghana, I challenge them. Francis says, scrapping the law has just exposed our elite for not coming up with any engineering skills for good mining. That concession will be given to the foreigner and they will do it wisely. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says, happy to hear that the LI 2462 that allowed miners to mine in our water bodies and forest reserves has been revoked. But in my humble opinion, more needs to be done. Mining in our forest reserves and in our water bodies is an act of terrorism against the state, and for that matter, those involved should not be treated with kid gloves. More messages. Can take the next one. Yes, it is from Anyas Ghazali, and he says, wherever Mr. Kenoforiata is, the AG must do everything possible to get him back to Ghana to answer all the charges against him. He can't mess up the economy and run away. Senna in Committee 17 says, just repealing this LI will not solve the Galamsey menace. These organizations who were on the neck of the government should make their staff ready to go replace the military and NIMOs in the forest. We wait to see what the results would be. Jones Aduboy in La says, I believe John Mahama needs recommendations for such a bold decision. Commendations, I'm sure you want to say, not recommendations, for such a bold decision of repealing the law. Let's talk about that further, the repeal of the LI 2462. This was done under the auspices of the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, who is also the acting or supervising Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. He is NDC Member of Parliament for Elembele, Honorable Imano Ama Kofi Bua. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Good to be here.
How are you doing?
Good evening to your listeners. I'm doing very well.
Good. Ghanaians are happy that you have done one singular act that they've been asking for you to.
All the thanks goes to President John Mahama, whose commitment to protecting our environment, our forests, is really not in doubt. Yes, please.
How major a problem was this LI for you as a government, and was it easy to repeal it, considering that it was introduced just 3 years ago by the previous administration? Clearly they would have a reason for doing that.
Well, I think that that decision, if you see the history, Ghana for so many years had protected its forests. We started an experiment where we ventured into giving concessions to large-scale mining, few of them. And then there were guidelines that was required for making sure that we guide all those large-scale companies who had been giving concessions. We created what they call the Newsroom group, and there were strict guidelines on environmental management in really mining in forest reserve. It led to the creation of what they call the Newsroom group, and these guidelines worked for us. Well, at some point, there was this argument about legalizing it by passing some regulations, and that led to the LI 2462. And you also saw in the last 8 years what had happened, where so many people had access to our forests. It also led to a lot of the distraction and illegalities where we protected forests were being destroyed. It was in the wake of that that the NDC, led by President Mahama, assumed office in 2025. And so that debate was very heated. Initially, the thought was that if the president's power, which was really to allow forest mining forest reserve, is taken away, and the president was clear that he's giving out his power to allow people to mine. And so there was an initial amendment. It was really very clear that the people of Ghana wanted a complete ban. And I think I am very happy that because of his leadership, because of his commitment to protecting our forest and our environment, he directed us to ensure that this happens. And it is not because we do not want to also do mining as has been done, but we believe that ultimately protecting what keeps us alive. You know, we take 80% of our water sources are all in the forest. And that is why the forest is very critical. And so I think the message is very clear. That amendment then led to the LI 2501. Well, a bold decision was made by this government that yes, it's not capitulating to public demand, but it's simply agreeing with the people of Ghana that the forest is sacrosanct and we want to protect it. And so this is a victory for the people of Ghana. It is also a victory for leadership that listens, as a victory for leadership that understands the mandate of the people of Ghana, that we must reset this country, and that means protecting our forest strictly. And so it's a very important victory. The repeal of 2462 is very, very important. We hope that we don't stop there, that we are very aggressive in protecting and stopping everybody. This year, just a few days ago, we were looking at how and when we started, when some of the forests were red zones that had been taken over, we couldn't enter. We thank God that by the end of this year, we have basically claimed all these forests. We still have a long way to go because on a daily basis, people are making incursions. We need to continue working closely with the Forestry Commission, with the Anti-Illegal Mining Secretariat, and all the security agencies to protect our forests, turn it green, and protect our waters and turn it blue. This is our task. But this victory must be celebrated, and it's in the right direction.
Great. It's good you talk about the categorization. I know you've categorized the forest into orange, red, yellow, and green. Can you tell us what, for instance, red means and what orange means, what yellow means, green, and how many forests you've been able to bring out of the red zones?
Basically, red means that the forest guards and the security agencies have lost control. basically they can't enter the forest, that dangerous thugs armed to the teeth have taken over the forest, and they are controlling the routes to all the forest areas. And 9 of the 44 critical forest reserves had that fate when we came in. And Yellow was that it was manageable, but we go in and occasionally we drive them out and go in, so we don't have full control. And then it continues all the way to Green, where Green means that we are safely at a place where we can say that the forest is at peace and that there is no disturbance. What we are saying is that we are now able to say that because of the very aggressive vigilance of the security agencies and the Forest Commission and Forestry Guards, we do not have any red zone, at least at the end of this year. It does not mean that they are not making incursions. But what it means is that as soon as that happens, we organize and drive them out. We must continue to do so. And I'm very happy about the dedicated call that is coming up. I engaged with the Supreme Court Chief Justice and the Attorney General recently, and I believe that next year one of the things we are going to see is dedicated and prompt justice for people who have decided to destroy our forests and intend to destroy us. I believe that the dedicated cause for those who want to destroy our forests, balancers, and those who want to pollute our water bodies will be prompt, swift, and punitive. And I believe that that deterrence and the cider will come.
Okay. My brother Timothy Nyangba reported in the graphic today that 9 forest reserves have been reclaimed from illegal miners, and this according to the Forestry Commission. Now, when we say 9 have been recovered, it means there were 9 red zone forests and you've managed to recover them. Yes. But 9 out of how many? And what efforts are we putting in place to reclaim the remaining ones? Or 9 was the only number?
Whether it's wildlife, whether it's forest, we have a total of 288 forests. What we heard said initially was that, and according to the Forest Commission, at least from the data they gathered up to 2022, if I'm correct, or 2021, 44 forest reserves were the one that had been impacted. So they were at various levels, whether red, gold, yellow, or green. And so out of that 44 that was impacted, 9 was totally taken over. Can you imagine that part of the territory of Ghana had been taken over by illegal thugs, often foreigners?
So these are armed men who will not let anybody in.
Very armed to the teeth. And I have to tell you, it's not all of the things that it takes a lot to get them out.
But so it means all these 9, we've reclaimed them, and there isn't a forest in Ghana now that is a no-go zone for security.
They reclaim them. Let me say that, for example, I can give you one of them. There's one popular one called the Fin Shelter Belt in the Ashanti region. This year alone, even though they had been reclaimed, these thugs attempted to take it over again on 2 or on few occasions, but they were basically wiped out. And that is really the vigilance that is required to protect our forests. But at least we can say that at the end of this year, we are out of that 9 red zones.
That's good. Now, in concluding this interview, the 17 organizations who have been championing or demanding the revocation of the LI have issued a statement. They commend you and government for that matter, but they make a recommendation. They say, and I'm going to read verbatim on page 2, that we encourage His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to fulfill the promise of reviewing Act 703 to explicitly prohibit mining in forest reserves. Now, when they say this, is this something, okay, they say you promised, or the president promised, and they want to see that fulfilled. Can you tell us what the plan is?
They are. I hope I'm not disconnected.
No, you're live.
Oh, okay. So I think that we need to really go into these matters because there are legal implications for some of the issues that are being raised. We are saying that going forward we are going to make sure we don't give licenses for people to enter for forest reserve. But we are also aware that we've tied ourselves in legal obligations with companies already that has serious consequences for our country. And so we have to juggle that fine line in making sure that we don't renege on legal commitment that will put our country at risk. And so we will be guided. But I think the important point is that we must continue to strengthen our environmental protections. We must strengthen our laws. I have to tell you, this year, one of the things we've done is that we've extensively traveled the length and breadth of the country to review Act 703 and then to revamp the policy that has been in existence since 2014. The first month or the first quarter of next year, what you will see is that we are going to Parliament with the Act 703 completely to reform it, to strengthen it, learning lessons from all the past weaknesses. And the objective is to make sure that we can strengthen environmental protection and strengthen our mining laws and make it more transparent. And those are the things that we are going to do with the new 703 that will be amending very soon.
Very well. Minister, finally, before we go, I see critics say, NDC, you promised you would come and fight Galamsey. You have come into office. Galamsey is fighting you and your people are involved in Galamsey. As a man responsible for sanitizing our environment, our forest reserves, and overall responsibility for ending Galamsey, what will be your response to claim that your party is engaging the same thing that the previous people did?
My response is very clear. I think that you don't take my word for it. Take my actions for it. Take our commitment for it. Take exactly what we've done this year. And just analyze, is this new government committed to protecting our environment? Is this government committed to making sure that we basically expose everybody, including any NDC person who fall foul of the law? I bet we are. That's the commitment. But that is what the test of the people of Ghana. So the people of Ghana are looking at the leader, President Mahama, who has shown real commitment, who has given up his power to basically repeal 2462, and he has seen a leader who, in every community where there's a river body, just in the next 2 days, we are going to commission additional 3 regions, blue water guards, who are going to be really pioneers in communities where river bodies are, to say that now we are going to take our destiny in our own hands in communities where river, so we can fight to protect these rivers. These are very powerful. What else are we doing? In just 1 year, what have we done? We have introduced what we call cooperative mining to teach people on the best practices of mining without pollution and get people out of the illegalities. And I think the 1 year record is very clear. This is the government that is committed to making sure there's responsible and sustainable mining.
Thank you so much. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
As Honorable Imanoama Kofi Boa, he is NDC Member of Parliament for Elembele. He is also the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, with additional responsibility as the Acting Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We've heard from 2 ministers already. The Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment. We've just heard from the Minister for Lands. We are now going to hear from the Minister for Justice on Eyewitness News.
Yes, and also the Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayine. He has formally submitted a request to authorities in the United States for the extradition of former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. Dr. Ayine says the request is to secure his return to Ghana to answer to 78 corruption-related charges filed against him by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. The extradition request follows investigations by the OSP into alleged acts of corruption and related offences. Speaking at the Government Accountability Series, the Attorney General said U.S. authorities are expected to review the request in line with established legal processes between the 2 countries.
I have formally transmitted the request for the extradition of former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta and his chef de cabinet, Mr. Ernest Dako Akori. You will recall that the Office of the Special Prosecutor investigated acts of corruption and corruption-related offenses by the former finance minister and his accomplices, and proceeded to file charges in the High Court of Justice against them. On November 19th, 2025, that is this year, my office received a formal request from the Office of the Special Prosecutor to initiate extradition proceedings for Kenneth Ofori-Atta and Ernest Darko Akori.
Attorney General and Minister for Justice Dr. Dominic Ayine says they've put in a request to exchange cyber scammer Frederick Kumi, aka Abutrika, for former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta.
Now, the principle of reciprocity underlies extradition proceedings. And usually, without a bilateral treaty or a multilateral treaty arrangement that obligates a state to extradite persons accused of crime that are found within its territory to another country, usually extradition cannot take place. In the case of Ghana and the United States of America, there is a 1931 extradition treaty that was signed between the United States of America and Great Britain when Ghana was a colony of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Now that treaty expired as far as the the United Kingdom is concerned. So it's no longer applicable between the United States and the United Kingdom. But it has not expired. It was renewed when we became independent in 1957. And so it is still in existence between Ghana and the United States. Now, if you look at Article 3 of that extradition treaty, it lists the extraditable offenses. And then it also provides the principles of extradition, okay, of which reciprocity is one, all right? But extradition is based upon certain legal principles, okay? Now, if the extraditable if the offense, for instance, does not fall within the ambit of the extraditable offenses provided under the treaty, it will be very difficult for the person to be extradited. Okay, if, for instance, there is a sense that persecution will take place rather than prosecution, that a person will not be treated fairly if extradited, it's most likely extradition will not take place. If you cannot show by your extradition packet, that is the request that you have sent to the US, that the one that I have sent to the US, there is sufficient evidence, okay, to come to a conclusion, a reasonable conclusion that a crime has been committed, even though you still have the burden to prove that crime beyond reasonable doubt, all right, extradition may not be granted. So the basic point I want to make is that, yes, the principle of reciprocity applies, okay, and I would have been very happy to hand over Abutrika as I have done, okay, and then get Ofori-Atta quickly in return.
You heard Attorney General and Minister for Justice Dr. Dominic Ayine.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
My hands a champion, creating temptation. 100% natural kivo. Ginger, garlic, onion. No salt, no MSG. No preservatives. Steam them natural. Chicken, fish, and meat. Yes,
Kivo 3 in 100% natural ginger, garlic, onion powder. Incredible aroma. Champion taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Ginger, garlic, and onion. 3 in 1 Kivo.
Hi, I am Hannah Efriye, the Health and Safety Manager for Total Energies Ghana. At Total Energies, your safety is our priority. This festive season, we encourage all drivers to make responsible choices on the road. Avoid overspeeding, rest when you feel tired, never drink and drive. Check your tires, oil levels, and lights before every long journey. And remember, seatbelts save lives. Passengers, please speak up when the driver is being reckless. Let's protect ourselves, our families, and every other road user. Let's choose responsibility. Let's choose life. See you in 2026.
Christmas, my favorite time of the year.
This festive season, Volta Serene Hotel invites you to experience the magic of Christmas and New Year like never before. From 20th of December to the 1st of January, step into a world of joy, music, laughter, and celebration. We begin on the 20th with a soulful carols night, filling the air with warmth and melody. Then, on 23rd and 24th of December, arrive in style as we welcome you with fresh coconut and local treats. Christmas Day brings pure delight, exciting moments for kids, relaxing escape for adults, and an elegant all-white dinner under the stars, crowned with a spectacular fireworks display. On Boxing Day, embrace culture and rhythm, from picnics and traditional dance to an unforgettable high life and old school night. As the week unfolds, enjoy movie night, live music, karaoke, and endless fun, until we welcome 2026 with a breathtaking fireworks show on New Year's Eve. Special Christmas packages starting from 4,050 for individuals, 5,250 for couples, and 8,900 Ghana cedis for a family of 4 for 2 nights. Call or WhatsApp 0541 539 867 or 0362 025 243 to book your experience today. Volta Serene Hotel. Feel the serene touch.
Flight 715 is now boarding.
Welcome to the Stanbic Bank app that makes you live a lot more like
topping up my electricity before ECG do me yawa.
That's smart. And you have to send mom money. Forgot?
Easy. We'll just transfer from the app.
We are about to take off.
Okay, let me also enable my travel notice.
It was that easy, huh?
Complete. Now I can use my card abroad without it getting declined.
Hey, you forgot to pay your water bill. The guys are outside to disconnect.
Wait a minute. Water bill payment? Done.
Why you lucky?
Charlie, my Stanbic Bank app sorting me back to back.
Level up and do more with the Stanbic Bank app. Download now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call 0302-815-789 to get started. Stanbic Bank.
This festive season, Polytank is adding extra sparkle with surprise gifts just for you. Simply walk into any of our authorized Polytank dealer shop. Gets even better when you choose the Sumo or Sumo Super model, because you get to receive an additional gift for the kids in school too. Now, that's what we call double. Remember, Polytank comes in 4 trusted models: Hippo, Rumble, Sumo, and Sumo Super, with each build with a guaranteed quality Ghanaians have trusted. Choose Polytank. It's the original and always the best. This offer is only valid this festive season. Polytank, Papa no and Kasa.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Inosafo. Let's settle for the details. Economist Professor Patrick Assuming is asking the government to articulate a credible fiscal strategy that extends beyond the IMF-supported program. His comments follow the IMF Executive Board's completion of the 5th review of Ghana's program, which approved the immediate disbursement of about $385 million after the fund said Ghana's performance under the program has been broadly satisfactory.
I think what's important for government to do is to communicate and reassure Ghanaians that once we exit the program, the kind of fiscal indiscipline that we've seen and the kind of fiscal management we've seen will not return to the days of old. I don't think the budget may have been consistent with the program targets, but there was very little communication in terms of the strategy beyond the IMF, outside of the government's priority programs. I think it's important that the government put out a believable plan of how the economy will run when we exit the IMF program. Yes, we have passed a lot of regulation to strengthen fiscal governance, but That's not the first time we passed regulations, such similar regulations, and we still managed to be fiscally indisciplined. So I think it's important that we get a clear sense of exactly where and how the government plans to ensure that we don't return to an IMF program again.
Professor Patrick Assuming is an economist. Government has moved to resolve disruptions along the tomato value chain and restore stability to the industry. This was after Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare, held talks with the Federation of Tomato Growers Association and the Ghana National Tomato Traders and Transporters Association, with discussions focusing on pricing disputes, transportation challenges, post-harvest losses and limited market access. Speaking at the meeting, the minister said government remains committed to working closely with industry stakeholders to develop sustainable solutions that safeguard livelihoods.
Semino so ye ho adwen say ye the box 24 by 24 be ba beto. Now say wo the 26 by 26 ba be 24 by 24 there.
If we agree to use a 24 by 24 box for purchasing tomatoes and you bring a 26 by 26 box, the farmer will naturally find ways to avoid incurring losses. Members of Tiobodom believe that any excess that becomes damaged should not be borne by anyone. Ultimately, the issue comes down to standards and adherence to the agreed 24 by 24 box. Alternatively, we should adopt weighing so that if a buyer wants 3 pounds of tomatoes, the price is 1 cedi. We must evolve with the times. We cannot continue practices from 60 years ago in this era of AI and computers. At the heart of the dispute between traders and farmers is the issue of measurement.
60 years ago, yentumi nya na sabri ya ene AI aba ene computer aba.
Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare is Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. Now, as Ghana's economy grows and expectations around governance and value creation increase, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants says professionally trained management accountants are becoming more critical across both the public and private sectors. CIMA notes that organizations employing Chartered Global Management Accountant designation holders benefit from stronger internal controls and better capital management. Speaking to Citi Business News, CIMA's Technical Director of Professional Qualifications, Daniel Prendergast, said this results in sharper performance and stronger financial discipline.
Businesses and government agencies benefit because the CGMA qualified professionals, they strengthen the organization from the inside out. They help to improve how the capital is managed. They understand where the risks are. They can spot them easily, and they are able to help in decision making. So the CGMA designation holders, they bring what we call a business partner mindset. They can challenge assumptions. They can ask the right questions. They actually help leadership avoid costly mistakes by asking those right questions. For governments, this will mean better accountability and better public trust. For businesses, it means sharper performance, stronger controls, and more confident long-term planning. Hiring a CGMA designation holder isn't about just adding staff. We look at it, it's about adding capability.
He also explained that the recent update to the CGMA professional qualification syllabus reflects evolving business, technology, and sustainability demands.
Business and finance, they're changing faster than ever. What organizations need from finance professionals today, it's very different to what they needed 5 years ago. The technology is transforming finance. AI, automation, data analytics, and digital tools, they're now part of everyday finance work. We needed to make sure our students can use these tools confidently and not be afraid of them. So businesses want finance to drive decision making. For us, finance roles today, they're not just about recording the numbers, they're about guiding the business. So the syllabus now focuses on more problem solving, more scenario analysis, and real world decision making and decision skills. There's a stronger emphasis on critical thinking. Therefore, through our examinations, we continue to enhance realistic case studies, and we build financial professionals who can influence and advise. Sustainability and responsible business are now non-negotiable.
That was the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants Technical Director of Professional Qualifications, Daniel Prendergast. That's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Inusafo. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
When you wear GTP, you don't just wear fabric, you wear heritage, you wear pride, and you celebrate true Ghanaian craftsmanship. Each GTP fabric is designed and printed specially for you by our own people right here in Ghana. But true pride comes from knowing what you wear is authentic. So before you buy any GTP fabric, take a moment to match the code on the label with the code on the edge of the fabric, or simply order online at shop.gtpfashion.com. Because when you choose original GTP, you choose quality, you choose heritage, you choose Ghana. GTP Lifestyle.
The Kakamotobi come out in the festive season, and they are as scary as our bills. But we don't want to miss out on parties, family, and festivals. Whether you say Akwaba, Maraba, Wezo, or Obake, EcoBank says tap into Fives in the 5-star enjoyment promo. Be one of 10,000 lucky winners when you deposit multiples of 400 Ghana cedis or take a loan in multiples of 4,000 Ghana cedis to win up to 1.5 million Ghana cedis in cash and prizes. 1-year insurance cover, gift vouchers, and more. That's not all. Use your EcoBank card, mobile app, USSD, or POS to transact and enjoy up to 15% discount. Tap into Vibes with EcoBank. T's and C's apply. Bill shouldn't scare you. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or text asking you to verify sensitive information like your PIN, Ghana card, or bank card information. Pay better attention to details.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, Auntie Abena. You won't believe what just happened. Grandma received her 4 TV. 4 TVs? Yes, 4.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm not. It's like a scandal now. You are using it to spread grandma like that. Spread grandma. 4 TVs, 2 fridges, microwave. Abba, Koto, why? You want to open an electrical shop for her?
Hey, no. It's a regular 100 cities I send her.
Call grandma.
Grandma.
Hello? Hey, Grandma. So who is buying all those stuff for
the luckiest? If they do me 5 times a year.
Yes, so with the luckiest, anytime you buy tickets up to 100 cities, whether small or at once, you are guaranteed to win a free gift. TV sets, fridges, hampers, airtime, cash. Freebies they drop like rain. Remember to dial *712#, choose option 4 and follow the prompt. With the luckiest, everybody gets to win something.
If I win, you win.
Your family's health should never be a worry, no matter where you are in the world. Are you a Ghanaian in the diaspora, a foreign resident in Ghana, or a Ghanaian looking for the perfect health insurance plan for yourself or your family in Ghana? Then the Apex Ebusiapa health cover is what you need. A comprehensive health insurance plan to protect your loved ones. From hospital stays to life-saving treatments, we ensure quality healthcare at an affordable cost. Apex Ebusiapa health cover. You don't just send love home, you secure it. Visit Apex Health Insurance at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shashi East Legon, or call 0540-128-256 or 0501-683912. Apex Ebusiapa Health Plan. Global love, local care.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I am Umar Rusanda Amadou. On Point Blank tonight, I'm coming to do what you have not heard me do before. I'm coming to do praise and worship. Yes, praise and worship. And I'm doing the praise and worship in Ghana. Yeah, praise and worship in Ghana. That's what I'm coming to do on Point Blank tonight. If you think I am joking, listen to this. How are you singing Ghana? How are you singing Ghana? I thought you are Otikokoswo. People, this is not Dynamic Friday you are listening to. This is Point Blank. And yes, you were hearing the voice of Frima Edunyami. Frima Edunyami is our head of events and partnerships. She's my guest on Point Blank tonight. But she's not here alone. Frima, only when
Namo. Right, so I'm with Perez Music.
Okay.
At least I know Bo is you. Namo is who?
Yeah.
So you are just combining.
Walk. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So
only wine and nam.
Intimene.
Dabi where we go? Minke.
Mm-hmm.
Minke.
Mm-hmm. When you say minke, it means different. It means you are saying
Minke.
Yes.
I'm here with Perez Music.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Point Blank, and it is because situation is happening on 24th December, next Tuesday, and I've dragged in Frima Edunyami and one of our key performers. And for some reason, the arrangement of the performance in the night, Perez is put at a certain strategic time of the night.
Yes.
Yeah, deliberately.
Yeah.
So that's where, you see, in Islam, we believe that the angels come down at a certain time of the night. Right. I think it's around the same time you are bringing Perez. Deliberately. Remember, you want to do your research.
Of course, so all the forces are up, around midnight. Mm-hmm. So that is where we are commanding our morning. We are commanding our day. So it's very important how you spend your midnight. All right. And that is why at situation, everybody is coming. We have one focus. To come have fun, give ourselves a good treat. It's been a very difficult year, so we just want to end the year on a high. Mm-hmm. But people are coming for different reasons. That's why we have different packages for people. So you notice that we have the alcoholic packages, we have the non-alcoholic packages, we have the real party people, and we have those who are also coming for situation, probably because of some difficulties they've gone through, and they want to give thanks to God if for nothing at all they are alive. And that is where Perez comes in.
Let me bring him in. Numo Obake.
Charlie, you are doing,
how are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, bro.
I have seen you perform at Situation. For some reason, you are able to change the crowd that was busy doing bish to removing white handkerchief and going in worship. How are you able to do it? Tell me, please.
If you ask me if I have a particular formula, I don't. I just pour out myself. I just come in my rawest form, and I just give what I can, what I am sent to do. I believe that just as the Christ asked us to go into the world, any place I find myself, any audience, any crowd I find myself, I need to take the opportunity to be able to fully give myself and be a full vessel that God can use, like in the fullest form, not holding back.
And you're able to move the crowd.
It's just the grace of God.
And it is beautiful. Yeah. It is beautiful, especially since they're all wearing white. It looks like it's like an active church.
In heaven.
Church.
The thing is, recently I was watching a video, like a viral video, and it was in a club. And I think at a point the DJ started playing gospel music. No, in fact, it was a live. It was a live band, and then they started singing gospel. It got to a point, like literally, like you could clearly see that there was a presence.
It happened.
You could clearly see that, even though they were in the club. I used to go to the club when I was young, like when I was in my university days. And sometimes when you go to the club those times and the DJ, they have a particular time where they start playing gospel music for some funny reason. I don't even know why they do that. But when they start playing those songs, there's a change. In that particular moment, it causes some form of a restraint in the minds of people. So that particular point, something can happen to somebody. Somebody's life can be changed. Somebody's mind can be transformed. Somebody can be battling some level of depression. One song, one lyric, one line, one expression can change the hearts of the people. So we are there.
I am a horrible singer. In fact, I don't even sing in my bathroom because the soap would fall. So I'm not going to attempt. Yeah, I know that's how bad it is.
You know, that would have been a very nice idiomatic expression, actually.
Yeah, but it's actually true. You know, idiomatic expression is language that you say something which means something. This one, it means what I have said.
Literal meaning.
You say for the soap to fall. Wow.
Yeah. But I wanted to drop one of the songs, Hewale.
Yeah, that's what you just.
Yeah, that's what I just played. Hewale means strength, right?
Yes.
Good health. Sort of strength. What is the idea behind this song?
You know, if it, like I really can't. It's not something I intentionally set out to do. Like I said, I was just expressing myself, and I think God had delivered me from a certain situation. You know, it was quite terrible. You know what I went through. A lot of people wouldn't have survived. They would have died. You know, there are a lot of people walking around depressed. You see people on the street spitting on the floor, talking to themselves and things. You might not understand what's going on, but some of these things, they are really deep. So when I survived, I really don't want to go into the details of it because I don't want to bore your audience. But I realized like it was in a time of prayer. In fact, one particular day, a particular thing happened. Like the police just came to my house, came to my studio, took everything from me, and it wasn't like I had done anything or had committed any crime, and what they were basing on, it was quite hurtful. They literally took everything from me, and I was mad at God. I was like, yo, you can't do this to me. Like I've made so much sacrifice. I slept in my studio. I've been loyal. I've slept in my studio for 3 years to gather this equipment, and then just like when I'm almost done, and the most painful thing is the night before I had spent literally the whole night building cables, and they came to carry everything away. Wow. I slept at 4 a.m. and they came at 5.
Ouch. This is a Job kind of test,
bro. And so I was like, you know what, me then you will not do so again. So like I left the studio. I was out with my friends, but when I was coming back that evening, I was walking and I was coming back, and then I heard the song. I just heard the song like being sung in my ears. And I was like,
what does it mean?
It says, I will strengthen you and I'll lift you. No evil can come will come your way, and all the plans and the machinations of the enemy, none of them will come to fruition. Which means they will plan, they will attack you. Sometimes they will poke you, you might feel it, but they will not succeed.
You've been coming to situation for some time now. What for you does situation represent? For which reason, anytime Freema calls, you are ready?
I see it as an atmosphere of possibility. If you ask me, I see it as an atmosphere of possibility. I see all sorts of people, all sorts of hearts, all sorts of mindset there. And I believe that I have a message and I have a vibe they can connect with. You understand? I have a vibe that I can, and it's an energy, which is Christ, that I can bring to them, that they can, you know, they can enjoy it.
It's good you've talked about energy. Now, the song I played earlier is maybe slower in tempo, but the situation crowd or patrons are both young and old,
right?
People who are ready to dance and all of those things. Right. You do have some of your songs that would, you know, ease them into that.
Right.
I want to drop that so that we see if the tempo changes a bit, because me, you know, I like to dance. I'm wearing white kambu to come to the situation. Yeah. So this one is Che Ofe. Is it correct?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Che Ofe. Che Ofe.
And what about you?
Everybody say
So I mean, by this time you are picking up slowly, and people were dancing with you. But at the time, it actually gets to, from what is that called? It's praise and worship.
Yeah, praise. Yeah.
So praises,
like the hot one.
Yeah.
So that one, they are in the spirit completely.
Yeah. You know my name. If you read the book of Matthew, my name is when you get to, I think Matthew chapter 1 verse 3 or so. It says, and Judah begat Perez. So Judah means praise, and Perez means breakthrough. So through praises, you can have your breakthrough.
Wait, so Perez is your real name?
No, it's it's the name I chose. My real name is Frank, actually.
Okay.
But I prefer to be called Perez.
But you know one interesting thing?
Yes, ma'am.
My father is Frank. My brother is Perez.
Interesting.
So Perry is Perez, but you know, so
wow.
Perez, Perry, Edunyami. My father is Frank Edunyami. So
your brother,
the man in my life,
father.
you know.
Interesting. You know, I actually okay. So Perez can actually be a name then. So
it's a name. It's a biblical name.
Yes, it's a name.
Means breakthrough.
Okay, forgive me because of my background.
It's okay.
I know of Perez Chapel. So for me, I thought that is.
So basically, it means breakthrough.
Oh, beautiful. Now we are going to do praise and worship. I want to give the studio to you. I'm giving you 45 seconds to take us into praise.
Yeah.
Are you ready for me, Ima? Okay, let's go.
So this was the Sunday school medley, man. It takes us back to Sunday school days.
All right, let's go.
Oh my God, cannot do. Come on, itche. So this is more like a nostalgic kind of vibe.
Takes you back in the day.
Back in the day, Sunday school.
And so all of these are hit songs you're going to give to us.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, with this one, I can see the long, line. You know that logo line kind of. Then we are coming, and the wide with the.
You know who be leading it? Richie Della Sky.
Last year, surprised, you understand.
Last year, I saw him leading the same.
It will happen.
He was leading, and they was doing Agbaja. And then Bobo.
No, because at this point, know, so if you've done Hewale Lala, you've done Woble Matesa, you've done all this, and you reach this part, it will be like how the world began without form. At that point, if you can do Adowa, if you can do Ajagbeko, if you can do Agbaja, I mean everything.
That's what we call praise anyhow.
Exactly.
Praise anyhow.
No form. But Frima, so hold on a second. I'll come to you. But Frima, so for people who are just, I'll be surprised if there's anyone who is hearing about situation for the first time. But it's next week Tuesday,
Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm rushing it.
I get it.
So 24th December, to be more specific, you are supposed to wear all white.
White, yes.
From top to down.
Top to down.
So it's easy for me to just wear my white jalabia and white kambu.
You sorted.
Or white chapel supporter and white. Sorry, I've gone to that's
it's
too
allowed. No man of God understands.
Yeah, forgive me. This one is the spirit that has.
For all have seen them following.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I did not come back for the missing sheep of the lost sheep.
Well, we were yet. We.
So this is happening where? What else do people have to know?
So this is happening at the Good Park, right here in Accra. Good Park is right behind the Accra Mall. If you're coming from Spintex, it is right before the Accra Mall. You can actually
on your right.
Yes, on your right. You can actually go to the Good Park through the Accra Mall.
Okay, so you can enter the regular Accra Mall.
Yeah,
where we enter now, the main entrance.
Exactly.
So if I enter, what do I do?
So you enter the Accra Mall. You locate the gate 1. On your extreme left. There is another driveway, like you're going out, not back to the Spintex road,
back to the left.
But exactly, so you enter, through, you curve through to the back.
So the mall is now on your right, the motorway is on your left. You are driving the middle there.
Exactly.
Like that.
So now you enter the Accra Mall. You are the car park. You drive straight down, just face the gate 1. You take your left. It burns in like that. Where the road leads you inside the Accra Mall, you are the car park of the Good Park. Okay. That is the Good Park.
So that's where we are having the party.
That's where it's happening.
But you cannot enter there without a ticket.
No, you cannot.
What do you need?
You need, by the time you get there, you should have your code. Once you make your payment, once you get your ticket, we give you a certain code that you mention when you come.
So this is not a show where you come to the gate and say, "Oh, yeah, they are selling ticket in the corner there." Then you go and buy it.
Nobody's standing there selling.
There's nobody selling.
No, nobody's holding a paper that you come to buy something.
So you're supposed to prior book.
Exactly.
And it's a table.
It is a table.
So boys, or girls, organize and get a table.
Exactly.
Of 8.
Of 8. However, we can also make room for, say, 10 friends.
Okay.
11 people.
Okay.
15 people. 20 people. Because we are also expecting corporate institutions. We're expecting old students association. We're expecting, friends to come in. If you are also not up to 8, you can give us a call, or we are just 2 people, we are 4 people, we can still make room for you. So this is, although it is a table package, we have room to accommodate everybody.
So me, my parties are coming from Session, and they called me last minute and said they are car puncher, so I want to go alone. I can call you and say, listen, I would have come with 8 people, but I'm coming alone.
Yeah.
Can you put me on the table?
We can put you on the table.
And you would vibe with the table members and chill like...
It is a gathering of like-minded people. Everybody thinks like you.
Is it for old people or young people?
It is for everybody. I mean, once you've attained the
legal
age, it's for you. Once all the things that are on the table, you have the constitutional backing to enjoy everything.
Thank you.
It is for you.
Lawyer Casa.
Thank you very much.
So we have Perez Music, of course,
Yeah.
but who else do we have on the night?
So we have Aquaba on the bill. Aquaba was on CBS and Branch today.
Yeah.
Aquaba is coming. We have Kofi Kinata coming in as well. We have the dynamic Chin band coming.
Love them.
We have...
do you know I'm a Kwesai member of that? I'm their reggae soloist.
I mean,
you can't sing.
So I just mime.
But reggae, you don't need so much. You need to be on the...
When you're in the spirit, it's like praise.
As long as you know your... You don't need much for reggae.
And you are gone.
Exactly. So we have our very own DJ Mingo also coming as well. DJ Abeku is there as well.
And my head of news.
Rave Master. I mean, he's going to be on the MRC.
Thank you very much.
One or two. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So, Frima, prices of table, platinum, gold.
So we have platinum going for 15,000, gold going for 12,000, and diamond going for 12,000, and gold going for 9,000.
Aside the fact that if you buy a table, Umar Sanda, hold me, big man like me, I'll be the one waiting on you and serving you.
Yeah.
What do I serve? What else is on that table?
So depending on what you
just mention a few things. Not everything.
So for instance, if you're on the platinum table, you are getting your bottle of champagne, you are getting your Glenfiddich, the 15 years, you are getting Glenfiddich, very premium. You understand? Premium or nothing.
The grand finish. Let me.
And just let me add that for the platinum guys, almost everything they are getting is unlimited.
Okay.
So your grills unlimited, your cocktails unlimited, there's dinner buffet. I mean, there's everything.
Everything will be coming. Wow.
Yeah.
Pers, we need to go, but I want you to speak to my people who are coming. Why they should come for situation and what situation holds for them.
Well, situation definitely is going to be a place where you can come to unwind. Do you understand? Just like Frima said earlier. I understand that it's been a tough year for a lot of people. In fact, once you're trying to achieve something in this life, this year would have beaten you a bit. So I mean, there's a space for you to come and unwind. Come and let go. And come and listen to some word of God. I mean, when I come on stage, definitely I'll make sure that I serve you that as well.
The spirit will move you.
Fortunately for me, on the stage, I can serve all the tables at once. So,
okay. So you're able to deal with everybody. Whatever they
right
need
from the stage. I mean, I can serve everybody the word.
Thank you. We are ready and we can't wait.
I'm coming.
Thank you so much for joining us on Prime.
God bless you for having me, man.
Perez Music. God bless you too. God bless you too. And
Sandra, please permit me to say a big thank you to our sponsors, to please. EcoBank, to Bethel Logistics, to Hallmark Cafe, and we are heavily also supported by Logistic Movers and Oswald Investment, and also Verve Duvenet and Bushmills.
Thank you, Frima. Perez?
And I'm dropping an EP tomorrow. So if you're coming to situation, just check all my social media handle. It's going to be there. Listen to it and then come, let's sing along.
So that we can sing along. Merci beaucoup.
Merci. Bonjour.
Well, so that's Perez Music and Frima Dunyami. You would be seeing them on Situation happening next week, Wednesday, 24th December at the Good Park in Accra, organized by Citi FM and Channel 1 Television. We would be there with you to have all the fun. I am Umaru Sandamadu. This has been an Eyewitness News episode, which I jointly did with Enno Safo. Production by Julian Odamia Sari, Beverly London, Sami Wiafi, Fred Tete Jabano, Corbina Wilson. And Emmanuel Latte was my DJ for tonight. DJ Mingo would be at Situation. Thank you for being with us. We'll be back tomorrow with more. Have a good night.